Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SmarkTank Revolution, where we still always kick out at 2. We are your hosts, very gracious and happy to speak and entertain you. You know our names by now. If not, go watch the first clip. But so we're still on Money in the Bank 2022, WWE's offering, which just happened a few moments ago.
Yep.
And we're on the second match of the night, which came after the women's match. Now, normally you come off of a hot opener and a banger, you have a very unfavorable position, but they did not have that this time. So now they became kind of the pseudo opener. Yes. And it was the U.S. Championship with Theory, not Austin, Theory versus almighty Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
On paper, this had potential to be really, really good. I would never put it in the great category, but it had potential to be really good. But what made this one interesting for me, as I was saying to you, Donnie, was that, okay, which way do they go here? This is a situation of you can't really hurt either man right now. They're both in spots that they're on the upcoming.
Right.
So, come up or whatever. So I was like, how are they going to go? Who's going to interfere, basically, and cause DQ?
Yeah. Because Lashley,
yeah,
in his respects, should still be considered a world champion.
Absolutely.
So I can see them putting the U.S. title back on him just to, keep some gold and keep him in championship status because he deserves to be. And I 100%. Think that he, they still book him very strong.
Yeah, they do.
But we all know that Theory is the future.
More evident than ever tonight. But.
Yeah. So are they going to beat him clean? Are they going to beat the future clean and set him back? So, we both were intrigued with how they were going to do this and what did they decide to pull the trigger on.
Right.
And, spoiler alert, well, if you're watching this is the review, Bobby Lashley won, and he won clean.
And I was very happy the way they did it.
Yes, and it's believable. But before that, I have to really tip my hat to Theory for working like a heel. We were really what were we?
Pleased. We were pleasantly pleased.
Not even more than that. I mean, because I remember there was an MJF
appreciative
reference. Yeah, because
we were appreciative.
Because just him falling to the ground to avoid the spear.
Oh, that was beautiful.
And milking the what am I saying? Milking the sympathy like a heel would.
Yep.
That's great. This is what heels are missing.
So those are little nuances that geeks like us who just love this stuff appreciate, because it's not something you see very often.
Right.
Even in a chicken shit heel. I can't remember. I even asked you, I said, have you ever seen anybody ever counter a spear attempt? Because tonight is the only time I ever saw that. And you said, you know who would do it? And both we immediately said MJF.
Yes.
Why? Because that is the perfect counter to that move. If you think about it, you fall to the ground.
It's the coward way.
It's the coward's way out, but it's the genius way out because the guy is coming at you with all his momentum and you sit down. You take away everything. So I was like, okay, that's very cool.
He's getting it.
I also liked the way he got out of the what is it called? I forget what this is it the Hurt Lock? What do they call it now though?
No, the Hurt Lock.
Oh, okay. So the way he got out of the Hurt Lock, the first attempt was really, really good too. Mm-hmm. Similarly, he just didn't tense up and he swiggled out because he was in complete danger, and you don't see that often either. So I liked that, and Theory can work. He's definitely got talent.
Yes.
He's smooth in the ring. The only thing is, I'm not sold on his character development yet and his ability to basically put asses in seats. I'm not sold there yet. But again, there's been many people I wasn't sold on at the beginning. And a belt and a big push like a briefcase rectified that because you started putting eyes on him and you started giving more and more opportunities. So I'm willing to give Theory a chance. Spoiler alert, Theory won the Money in the Bank. I'm willing to give him a chance. I'm not sold on it yet. And now the rumored match against John Cena at SummerSlam makes a whole hell of a lot more sense because he's got much more clout to show off and a reason to be in the ring with Cena. And I think that's kind of cool.
Okay, but do you job out Cena?
See, that's where I'm stuck at. I don't know what you do in that scenario. I'm sure Cena would willingly do the favor. I'm sure he would for the kid. But do you do it?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Well, I guess you have to see how it percolates and develops throughout the feud if he's worthy enough. Because there have been people that you didn't think would beat Cena on their first outing. AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
When he first had the match against Cena, I said, oh, he's going to look like $1 million, but there's no way Cena's going to lose.
Fair.
And he lost clean. And then they did it again at SummerSlam. So that was amazing. Kevin Owens came in from NXT.
Yep,
Looked
I
like
remember.
$1 million when he did that on Raw. I was like, okay. Love Kevin Owens, but there's no way. Beat Cena clean. Now, the one thing about Cena, which makes him interesting, is he's kind of like a Jericho, a Mick Foley, and there's somebody else I can't think of, but he can come back from a huge comeback, lose cleanly, but never be disappointing, and never lose that shine. You always take him as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
So it works, you know.
But he's also long overdue for a victory.
Yeah, he definitely is. How many comebacks has he had that he's lost so far?
2, I think.
But how long in between both of those? They've been pretty long, right? So, but as far as this goes, we talk about the other side of the coin. Bobby Lashley. Does it seem like a consolation prize? Depends on how they book it. Because right now, with Roman not appearing barely, you could put more shine on the U.S. title and Bobby Lashley. So it could work as a really good vehicle to get him back to where he needs to be. Because he, as you said, Bobby Lashley, no matter what, title, no title, at this point should always be considered a huge threat on that roster to anybody.
Yep.
And the match I really, really want to see, hopefully when he heals up, is Big E versus Bobby Lashley in a big fight feel, because I feel like there's so much meat on that bone.
I agree.